Hey, what's up, traders? No trade today. Well, minus the OCX trade is now gone. Took that off. She kind of came down this morning. Almost took it when my unrealized was actually under $100. Thought about it. Decided not to. Was looking for the break of 4. Let's take a look at it real quick. She came down here, hit 420, right around this area. I thought about taking it off. She was giving me the opportunity, and I didn't. And then, sure enough, looks like she squeezed up. I don't want to name any names, but there was a chat room that started this. And from there, you know, I let her run against me. I had my initial stop loss over 5. I had it at 501 because I figured if she got there, you know, that's just bad luck. She's obviously going to run a little bit, and I wasn't going to let her run all the way back up, you know, near the previous highs when she had her big day back on the 29th. So when she made this run, she's topped out. I actually thought about grabbing an extra 200 shares, but I wanted them in the 90s, and I wanted to see that she was going to fail 5. But here, you know, I saw her pull back, then she was kind of climbing back. Obviously, this is happening really slow with not a lot of volume. She came back up, touched here, failed, and honestly, I was just scared to add to the position. You know, the trade already went so far against me the way it was. I didn't want to give any more back than I had to. So I just kind of let it play out, and I told myself if she could go red on the day again, I would get out. And I sat here through all of this, and once she was here, I actually put a stop loss in here. When she came under here, I put it at 461, and I just looked away. And actually during this candle, I was upstairs putting the kids down for their nap, and I came back and was stopped out. So it is what it is. I just figured that if she got back up here in the 460s, that she was probably going to continue. And scrolling out, I mean, it does look like she could be U'ing up. She is holding above VWAP. You got the moving averages coming up with it, the 50 to 200. So we'll see what it does. Obviously, it's slow moving. Who knows who might jump in this at any time, as I showed you earlier. And that's that. But what I really wanted to go over here is MGNX this morning. I kind of drew this out. Some of you might have already known what happened. She went nuts. She went from down here in the 11s all the way up to a high of 29 on the button, and then she pulled back. So what do you do with this thing? I mean, up here, I mean, you're not jumping in long here. I mean, you're insane. I mean, imagine the person that ticked at 29 buying, saying, oh, this is going to 40. You know, I mean, they're nuts. Actually watching my boy Kevin Avery, you know, I watched this video a little bit earlier. You know, he scrolled out looking at the daily, and as you see, 3274 is a previous high, so maybe they thought it was going there. But irregardless, when it's making a move like this, you will not see me jumping in, especially pre-market on such light volume. I mean, look at the volume that was there to make that move from the 11s to almost 30 to 29 to be exact. But anyways, we get a pullback, and then she starts climbing up again. And one of the best patterns that you can look for is parabolic, come down, start into a descending triangle. What that usually means is at the end of this, when it starts squeezing tight, she's going to drop right under it. And what does she do? She drops right under it. So let's zoom in a little bit. So here's the descending triangle. She's kind of squeezing, she drops, and this might not look like much, but let's just say you got in as she broke through. So we'll say the support line was 2150. Say you got in like 2140. You got a bad fill. So you kind of fight through this a little bit. Obviously, you should be okay. I mean, your stop should be somewhere probably right above VWAP at this point. So you never even come close to that. And then she washes out all the way down to a low of 20.50. So you're talking 90 cents right there. I mean, you're eating up right there. Even when she pops back up, you're still in profit, a good 30, 40 cents. And I mean, your profit taken should have been all right there. So then we continue on, and now she finds support here at 2050, and she starts to make an ascending triangle. She pops back up, forms not a high, but she forms a high of the now ascending triangle, comes back down, comes back up, taps it, pretty much the same high, comes back down, taps your bottom trend line, making your bottom trend line into the triangle, and look what happens from here. Say you were to play this perfectly. These are a little too expensive for me right now, so I was just watching from the sidelines. I know I could get in with much smaller size, but I was, you know, a little concentrated on the kids this morning and just kind of watching OCX, looking to get out of that a little bit earlier. But just say you got in for the break over 24. Say you wanted double confirmation here, the break of, you know, the tops here and the whole dollar. So say you got in 24.10, bad fill. I mean, look at where this thing went. I mean, she went all the way back up to that previous high and through it. I mean, you were just eating. So with that said, I hope you guys maybe got a piece of this if you could afford it. She made two really good moves. I mean, this one wasn't as nice, but when she came back up and came out of that ascending triangle, boy did she pop. And I mean, the rest is history. I mean, she kind of just died off during the day. I mean, she did have really good news, phase 3 data. They were approved. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was for, but I know that when you get phase 3 data and you get approved, or maybe it wasn't phase 3 data, maybe they were approved to do phase 3. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I remember reading it earlier. But price action is key, you know. Catalyst is a catalyst. That's what, you know, prompted the move. But within the move, you had your descending triangle. You got a good almost point move here, and then excuse me, the ascending triangle. I mean, look at that move. Man. I say 24 all the way up. I mean, you're obviously taking profit somewhere in here, but I mean, 4 or 5 points of a move where, I mean, she really didn't give you any hard reason to get out of this thing. I mean, 1 pullback, 2 pullback. I mean, you can consider some of these green candles could have been somewhat of a pullback, but I mean, really up to here at $30 where she tapped. I mean, maybe 29 is where you're looking to get out because of the previous resistance there from when it topped out earlier. But whew, it was a monster of a pre-market move by MGNX. So with that said, stay green, guys. Like and subscribe if you don't mind. I'm trying to grow the channel. I'm not sure if you can hear my oldest, though. He's still not feeling well. I just put him down for his nap. Unfortunately, think he has bronchitis. We're actually taking him to the doctor tonight. But stay green and look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow.